It's actually official now. It's not just some rumor.
It's not a pipe dream.
Yep, and it's coming out before Kingdom Hearts and Bloodborne 2. So, everybody can go.
There is no Bloodborne 2. There's only
everybody can go fuck themselves.
There's only Duskbloods.
And I still don't buy it until there's a.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and let you guys have your jerk off fest.
We'll just
be back in a second. Well, probably 30 minutes. That's how long it's going to take for you guys to get through this.
Yeah, we're going to EFAP it. Don't worry, because you just watched it. We're going to EFAP. We're going to go over it.
It's going to be everywhere.
So this name is terrible, I will say. Even for FromSoft, like FromSoft can have some. I wouldn't want to say they have some uninspired names, but some Japanese devs have that kind of problem. But yeah, I get what it. I don't. I think they kind of like wasted by having.
It's too generic because you can't tell if it's like Elden Ringy or Bloodborne-y.
I don't think it's going to be Bloodborne-y. I think everybody with that like, oh, Bloodborne 2. I don't think so.
It's not Bloodborne-y. I will say that it's not Bloodborne.
But it has, it has Bloodborne aspects.
It took more. It took what Elden Ring took from Dark Souls, right? Like Elden Ring was like, yeah, it's like very medieval and very, kings and lords and dragons and it's like it was very Dark Souls. It pulls a lot of like Bloodborne, it's like the gun and the castles and the vampires,
Gothic horror,
the Gothic horrors and the beasts and the fancy
cosmic
clothes, stuff like that. I don't know if there'll be cosmic horror in this though.
I think there's cosmic horror in it.
All right, well let's watch
from some of the pictures I've seen. Yeah, it looks like there is. So hold on 1 second. Let me pull my pants down.
Yeah, it is funny.
Everybody got spit in your hand.
Of just like. Wouldn't touch this on Nintendo.
I was waiting. I had to wait.
All right, you're right. You're being a gentleman. All right, my bad.
Yeah, but it's just how Nintendo was just like, yeah, these are probably some papers what they had written for Bloodborne sequel stuff, and they're like, well, we're never getting this, so we'll scrounge it away. Swan says, I am 1 sub away from 125. Let's get to that goal by the end of the stream. If you have not subscribed. Already, please.
At one time.
Hit this. Nope, I was at 123 and 4, and never at 126.
Yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed, and then unsubscribed and disliked, do that. Let's get that
done. Yeah, get the number up. Remember, 200. We'll
hit that notification bell.
Sit down once a month.
You never know when Wizard's actually going to stream because sometimes he takes forever off.
Yeah, sometimes I take week breaks. Yeah, especially as I get busier. Who knows?
He's gonna be a working man soon.
Hey, taxes, bitch.
But I don't know why you keep keeping this narrative going. That I will have to pay taxes. I wish I had that. I wish I had the clip on here from the Dan Versus when it's like, I don't care who the IRS sends, I'm not paying taxes. It's like the hot lady or whatever.
All right, hit play. Fuck, my boner's
he's edging.
Starting to make me lightheaded, bro. Like, people always want to edge me and shit.
Starts to get a little bit sore.
On the tip, it's a little fizzy.
Reminds me of Liza P2 in the chair. Like I said in Jessica chat, there's almost some Liza P in here. It was like,
yeah, well, they do pay attention to the souls like people, right?
How'd that get in there?
My blood
did it.
Like that moment, it's like, what do we get? Like, because you can kind of tell this is FromSoft. Like, you can kind of from the models, but like talking about blood, it's like, what's happening? It's impossible.
I give you my life.
I'm gonna get this tattoo, by the way.
Turn a wheel.
and you sell me when you talk about a wheel turning. I just gotta.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Transport him to a
it's almost gratuitous.
Moonlight.
Yeah.
To
they talk about the moon.
Very dusk.
That's cosmic, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I wonder if I don't want a tattoo on my head, but I will get that old like.
That looks more like a brand. Like you could get get that branded on you.
I'm gonna get because I'm going when I get back home. I'm going to get my sleeve starting on my sleeve, and I'm gonna get all the FromSoft. Like the Hunters thing,
the Hunters mark,
the Dark Sigil, and then
I got a mimic on my left forearm. That bitch is dope.
I'm gonna get a mimic on my butt cheek.
No.
Yeah, that way if any chick wants to go back there, she gets eaten.
Fuck yeah. You look with your butt
No, I
cheek.
love that just seeing this too with the clock tower in the back and everything, you know, and it's Bloodborne. I got a dog right next to me. Hi.
Hey, that's your mom, dude. That's don't.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about? What?
What do you mean?
No,
Yeah.
Bloodborne clock tower. With you can hear the chime too. With it's just that sound is ingrained, right, for the Bloodborne fans.
I mean, this looks 100% like a Bloodborne game.
Yeah, and then you get into this like train that has some like cyberpunk kind of elements to it. And that's
Yeah, no, I saw that. And I was like, I don't like that. Take that out.
Yeah, it was like
Yes, more futuristic shit, man.
No, take that out. Go. Bye. No.
yeah, you ruined it.
No.
You ruined the whole entire
Don't
game.
listen to cynic kid. Doesn't matter.
Which
No.
I've seen something like this. I feel like in every other Japanese game.
I've
like
seen
that's
that in
been
every
shown.
FromSoft game ever.
Yeah,
It's in
Some
every.
big
There's something like that in every FromSoft
stained
game
glass
ever.
thing.
Yeah. There's
Liza
always a
P
stained
has some
glass
of it,
cathedral.
too.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we can see he's got his gun. This right here is just looks so Elden Ring. I don't know why. It's just I think with just like the terrain and the down here thing. Like it seems like it's gonna be kind of open from what we see of him like leaping off. And then the washing pole man right here, he's so like when we read out of this, it's gonna be like a multiplayer, like 8-player thing. Which is weird.
It's supposed to be a PvP PvE though.
Like it's
So
it's
you think they're doing, like, another-
PvP is what
Yeah.
they
That's a
said.
PvP PvE.
PvP.
He said what he's meant. It said
PvP pay-per-view.
in here.
Player versus player and player versus enemy is what it said.
This looks dope.
Yeah. It literally. I'm
I'd love
looking
to
at it
see
right
some
here.
gameplay.
PvP VE. So it's
Player versus player versus enemy.
Yeah, so it's I feel like just wording it that way is different, but anyway,
It's like The Hunt. If you have, anyone
it's
ever played
different
Hunt?
than like what they normally do because like granted you have your cooperation, your invasions, but they're specifically putting this as a multiplayer, whereas like with the other ones they don't they don't call it that, so it's weird.
It's exactly what Hunt is like.
Yeah, there's some cosmic horror right there.
Yeah.
Which that's near Automata. Like that's
I was literally I was like there's this face that I see and I was and also with
near
like some
Replicant, near Automata, near Gestalt.
Majora's Mask kind of too.
Yep.
Fucking way nerd.
Very Majora's Mask. Good call.
Fucking way nerd.
My fucking Wayner is hard.
Yeah, so here's like he's leaping down. Which I thought I do like the vampire. I was gonna say that like the name Duskblood sucks because the vile blood they already used. So it's like
Right.
they used it already and they couldn't use it.
It's
again.
too easy, almost.
Yeah. Like Moon Blood would have been probably better. Dark Blood is that's edgelord like OC used stuff. And then does this monster have like breasts? Like the
looks
fucking
like what you call it from Dark Souls 2.
yeah, that were well, I was
Oh,
thinking
shit.
of the basilisk, right? How they store the poison in their eyeballs. So it's like this would be that, like they'll shrink when they actually the leech things, the women from Canehurst Castle that are in also the ticks, yeah, how they like have like the big like blood
Big
sacks and
sacks.
they
fucking
spray it
love
out at
those
you and it
things.
recedes in. So it could be something
Yeah,
like
that's
that. Where
cool.
they'll have like a poison mist attack and then they'll shrink. Wizard wants to see what he wants. Yeah,
Yeah, I want what I want, man.
If it's a Fortnite clone done in the right way, I wouldn't be mad about that.
Now, if because it's a FromSoft game, Cynic will they'll sweep for it. But
Close your eyes.
I mean, Fortnite's not a bad game. I just don't like the way it looks. And I'm not a big multiplayer guy.
I like how video gamey this is though, like the jump and shoot, like
Yeah.
I pray that you
and then this like fucking Blade or whatever from Elden Ring, you know, the wolf guy.
carrier of blood.
And then we got your Liza P, your crop,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's just a dinosaur. Just
Man,
straight
I'd
up
love
a
to see
dino-
him do some more shit with Armored Core 6. They didn't release like nothing for that.
They didn't. Yeah, they.
That game is fucking amazing.
The Godskin duos getting clowned on, right?
Yeah.
And then Pajama Sam, you know.
Man, I hate that they use. That's one thing about Elden Ring. They use the Godskin duo way too much.
Yeah, that's a big problem with Elden Ring in general is how they
They use way too
reuse
many
a bunch
bosses.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Then like a little rat guy.
The little mouse behind the Coke bottle. Hey.
How much you want to bet this is going to be like the level up lady or something? Well, no, because that would probably be the level up lady. So. I don't know.
So if I
Yeah.
could shoot lasers,
I
guns,
still don't
swing
know. I need to
swords, and
see
kick
more.
people,
Like I'm excited
yeah.
for it because it's FromSoft and it looks great. Graphically it looks a little shit, but that's because it's going to be on
It's
the
on
gonna
the
be on the
Switch
Switch.
too,
Yeah.
So it's basically like a PS4.
Yeah, which is fine with me. I'm not mad about that. I mean, I need to see some gameplay, and if it doesn't have a story, I'm not going to be as excited about it. We're getting Night Rain in what, a month, and if they're going to start leaning into these live service games, I'm out.
Well, not necessarily
I don't think
multiplayer,
it's
but
live
not live
service game.
service. That's a
I
complete.
mean, I
different-
know, but I'm saying we don't know that yet.
Yeah. So anyway, here's what the breakdown from the official From Software website. PvPvE, base multiplayer action game in which up to 8 players can fight each other and against enemies. Players become Twilight bloodlines who have gained powers beyond those of humans through the power of their special blood, and throw themselves in a fierce battle for the first blood.
It's like Bloodborne.
Right? An interview with the director about the concept and worldview of this work, Creator's Voice, will be released Friday, April 4th at 10 p.m. Please look forward to this title, released in 2026. And it is Miyazaki directing it. It's not like Night Rain where they have a different guy. So, yeah. The Duskbloods. Even the logo kind of sucks, I'll be honest.
I don't like the name of it though. I think the Duskblood sucks, and
It's just like kind of like a little side project they're just throwing out there.
yeah, I don't like the Duskbloods. I think that name sucks, and you're right. The logo also sucks.
Yeah.
But the game looks fun, man. I'm excited for it. If I don't know if it's enough to do, I don't know if it's enough like Bloodborne was to me, to where I literally swapped from being a Microsoft fanboy to
Sony
Pony, and ever since, I mean that's the only reason why I bought a PS4, and have been a Sony Pony ever since then. So I don't know if it's enough to get me
me
to spend 500 bones on a fucking Switch, a Super Switch. But
yeah, interesting.
I need to
says
see
Knuckles,
more.
and Grumpy also
Yeah.
says interesting. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a Switch 2 for this.
Super Switch.
Super Switch. If it's
Oh,
a
that's what I'm calling it.
multiplayer, especially the multiplayer stuff, kind of killed it. If it was gonna be just like it's Bloodborne, spiritual successor, it's got the rally mechanic, it's got you're just killing vampires. I'm like, cool, you got me. But even some of the way that the bosses play, you can kind of tell it's like, it's gonna be more of a Souls, Elden Ring type than a Bloodborne, and Bloodborne's just a special magic. Like it's just,
Yeah,
It's
you're
just-
right. No, there's something special about it, man. And I don't know if you can recapture that in a successor. You know what I mean? A spiritual successor in any way. Now, I mean, but they do have a track record of doing that, right? Like Demon Souls came out, and then the spiritual successor was Dark Souls, and it took off like fucking gangbusters. And
even
maybe
so, it's gonna be a good ass game, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is going to be a good game. I imagine, unless they're really their multiplayer thing, depending on how we'll find out what Miyazaki says, and we'll be back next week, I'm sure, with the full breakdown of what it will be like. And then it'll be a battle of Night Rain versus Duskblood. It'll be like, which one are you going for, kind of thing. You team red or you team blue, right? Which one are you?
Yeah. No, we'll have to see, man. Like, I need more. I trust FromSoft. They're the only company that I will pre-order a game from anymore. But I don't know if this is quite it yet. I need to see a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, especially with it being a brand new console.
Yeah, with it being a brand new console, and you have to see what they're doing. I mean, FromSoft, they have their track record, but there's always can be a dud.
Yeah, they can always. I mean, and I'll give them one dud, right? Like they've built up enough goodwill with me in order to allow me to, go, okay, this game's a little mid. But I don't think this game's going to be mid, but I just need to know, is it going to be story based or is it going to be like Night Rain?
Yeah. For some, it's expensive dud. That's all you're getting,
It'll be like Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
With the Switch 2 price,